All right, everybody, it's time for the lightning round for January 29th, 2019. We've got 4 stories that I want to talk about really quick. These are 4 quick fire stories, just my thoughts. Welcome to the lightning round. Let's start with the Frostbite engine. This is a rumor, by the way. The Frostbite engine, which is from EA, there's been rumors that it's being ported to Nintendo Switch. I think there was somebody who had posted something, I think on a LinkedIn profile. This was maybe a month or maybe 2 months ago, and we haven't seen anything since. But recently, on this is on NintendoLife.com, there is a job listing, basically. Oh, it's the same LinkedIn page. And it is saying that the person is a software engineer who works at EA, and they engineered already existing SDKs for a different platform, allowing game teams to enable publishing on all platforms. And then the platforms that he had listed: Xbox One, PS4, Nintendo Switch, and blah, 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 blah. So this is not a confirmation that the Frostbite engine is coming to the Nintendo Switch, but it's more, it's just another rumor that kind of leads us down the breadcrumb trail to what might be the case. Now, why would anybody care about this? Well, FIFA is one of the biggest games in the world. It sells like crazy all the time, and part of the reason why the Nintendo Switch version of FIFA is not quite as popular is because, there's multiple reasons, but one of the reasons is because it doesn't have that single player campaign, because the single player campaign requires the Frostbite engine in order to run. So if EA were to port the Frostbite engine over to the Nintendo Switch, that would mean that more of the stuff that they make on that platform for Frostbite would be able to come over to the Nintendo Switch. Now, EA, up until now, has not been really supportive of the Nintendo Switch. They looked at what happened with the Wii U, and they heard that Nintendo was launching the Switch, and they said, I don't really think that this is going to go anywhere. And clearly they were wrong, but these companies, they can't turn around real quick and change their minds about something. It takes a lot of work to port an engine over to it. So I don't blame EA for looking at the Switch with some skepticism and holding off on their port of their engine. That being said, the Nintendo Switch has been selling like crazy, and Nintendo is just killing it. So I think EA is probably looking at the Switch and saying, we're missing out on a lot of customers, and we have got to get over there. And so that is what they are doing. Speaking of looking for jobs, this comes to us from JapaneseNintendo.com. They have posted a translation that Nintendo is looking for somebody to work on The Legend of Zelda. They're actively recruiting for the Legend of Zelda series, with positions in Kyoto for a 3D computer graphics designer for terrain, including dungeons, and for a level designer for game events, dungeons, and enemies, etc. There is no indication on whether or not Nintendo Switch or a smart device game. All we know is that Nintendo is looking for somebody to work on Zelda, and I think that that's awesome. We've talked about how we've had the Nintendo Switch's Ocarina of Time, and now we need its Majora's Mask. We need Nintendo to take that same engine and turn around and bring it to us again in this console generation with new adventure using that same engine. And I think that would be fantastic. I would love to see them do that. In fact, I was thinking about this the other day, and if you have ideas for this as well, let me know. But I saw a post, I think it was on Reddit, about how Zelda really, she's such an important character, but she's always just like, she's hardly in the games. And in this one, I feel like she was in the game more than most, with the 12 or 13 cutscenes or something. But if you haven't finished Breath of the Wild, I want you to go ahead and cover your ears for the next 15 to 20 seconds, maybe 30 seconds or so. Okay, hopefully you're not listening anymore. At the end, when Link and Zelda walk off to go do whatever it is that they're going to do, wouldn't that be amazing if the next Zelda game picked up right then, but it was multiplayer, or, like, oh God, what's the word I'm thinking of, where you've got a quest and there is a character that goes along with you on the quest, that's a non-player character. Kind of think of in BioShock Infinite, you had that one character, and I won't say anything, but they would throw you guns and ammo that they would find as you're playing and you're fighting somebody, and they would say your name and you turn and look at them, and then they would throw you some ammo that you could then reload with. That was an amazing experience. And wouldn't it be cool if you were playing as Link and Zelda was by your side fighting against the evil forces of Ganon, or if you were playing as Zelda and fighting alongside Link against the evil forces of Ganon. I think that either way, that would be really cool, and it's something that I would like to see. So hopefully we get our Majora's Mask for this console, but who knows? Fingers crossed. Let's move on to you've got a limited time. So if you're listening to this now, today's the 29th, and you have until February 1st to take care of this. If you want a Switch limited run copy, physical copy of Celeste, you can get one for $34.99. Check out the link in the show notes. I just know that Celeste is a super popular game, and a lot of people like to collect physical things, and this actually looks kind of cool. Like, I love the cover art here from limited run games. I'm a fan of limited run games. I have on the shelf behind me, you can't see it because of the way I'm sitting, but on the shelf behind me, I have my copy of Night Trap for the Nintendo Switch. Came with like a VHS and everything. So limited run games, they do a really good job, but you only have until they're either sold out or until February 1st, and they only have 1,000 of them. Oh no, the order will be placed to the nearest 1,000 units. So if you are, well, I'm sure you know what I mean by that. I don't need to explain that. All orders need to happen before February 1st. So check out the link in the show notes if you are interested in that. A couple of weeks ago, I talked about Damon Baker. He had tweeted that he was moving on from Nintendo. He's been basically the head of third-party relations, bringing a lot of these indie developers to the Switch and doing a great job at it. He has moved on to the Xbox team, so I don't have anything really to say about that. I was just giving you guys an update because I mentioned it before that he was leaving Nintendo and we didn't know where he was going. Well, now we know where he's landing. He's heading on over to the land of Microsoft, which, it makes a lot of sense. Both companies are based in Washington, so he won't have to go very far. His commute will probably be about the same. And good luck to him. I think he did a great job when he was at Nintendo. And, as somebody who likes to play stuff that's other than just Nintendo, I'm looking forward to see what he has, because I'm considering next generation switching from PlayStation to Xbox. But, only time will tell. That is it for the lightning round. Again, if any of these stories were interesting to you and you're watching it on the YouTube channel, comment right down below. Or if you're listening to the podcast, you can get a hold of me in the same ways that you always can. I'll see you guys around.